Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the blog Grupo Dicas, one of the biggest travel blogs in the world. And today, I'm here to talk to you about all the attractions at Disneyland Paris. Which are the coolest attractions, what are they like, which ones have longer lines, which ones are worth using the fast pass, which is the Disney queue busting, which are the shows, stops, what is worth seeing or not in each of the parks, because there are 2 parks for you to see. So watching this video will be a very good way for you to know how Disney is, how the 2 parks are, and if you're going to choose between one of them, which one is the coolest. So stay tuned because these tips are going to be very quick, useful, and not boring at all. So guys, enjoy the video. Don't forget to give us the like, subscribe to the channel, and that's it. Helps us a lot. Buckle up. Well, Disneyland Paris is one of the most visited places in the world. It's a very popular destination indeed. The volume of tourists that visit that place during the whole year is absurd, so there's a lot of cool stuff to show and it's a very cool place. This video, guys, will be very focused on the attractions, okay? We will show what each park has, the shows, the parades, the roller coasters, toys, characters, the more general stuff for you to understand exactly how each park is, okay? To be able to visualize and decide which one you want to visit. If you want to visit one, if you want to visit both, which is a very common doubt from people. Do I only go to one of them? Do I visit both? Because they are next to each other. They're all inside the same complex, so there's a bit of this doubt. So this video will help you clarify it a little bit, remembering there are many important tips from Disney. Okay guys, from Disney Paris, I made the video with all the tips from Disneyland Paris. Watch it because there you will find how to get there, what's the best time of the year, how to use the fast pass, the restaurants, lunch with a character, the tickets, where to buy the cheapest, and finally it has all real tips and explains how Disney is. This one will focus on the attractions. So let's start at Disneyland Park, which is usually the favorite of people because it has the famous Sleeping Beauty Castle. This is already one of the first attractions, okay? Everybody knows that there is the iconic Cinderella Castle, which is here in Orlando at Magic Kingdom. And at Disneyland Paris, at Disneyland Park, there is Sleeping Beauty's Castle. At night, it has the illuminations, which is an incredible fireworks show. It's another must-see attraction there in the park. So if you go there, be sure to stay until the park closes because there is this incredible show with projections that you're seeing that's very worthwhile. And unlike Orlando, there are some cool things inside, so it's more interactive. You can go inside and see the castle. And a tip, sometimes people don't even notice and end up passing by, okay? There's the Dragon's Cave, which is Maleficent's dragon, and it's right under there. It's a passage in the castle. There isn't much to do. It's more like watching, which is really cool and fun, but you should be aware that it's worth it. So enter the castle, get to know the castle, and go to all the attractions possible. There's also the attraction Disney Star on Parade, which is one of Disney's musical parades. For those who don't know, it's a parade that happens. It's like a music festival. It's all around the park, so the characters float and go playing music by. It's really cool. Check the schedule, check the Disney application because it's an attraction that's worth stopping a little bit to look at. There are attractions that are very crowded, so it's worth your while to get the fast pass, okay? For those who haven't seen the video of Disney tips, it's a system so that you can go to the attractions at scheduled time and not have to stand in that huge line. This is an attraction that's worth your while to use it because usually there's a long line, okay? It's called Star Wars Hyperspace Mountain, which is the famous Space Mountain for those who know Disney here in Orlando. It's a roller coaster that was actually in the dark. The idea of it, very radical, right? It's one of Disney's most radical toys and they adapted to the world of Star Wars theme, so it's very cool and even more so after. So try early in the day as soon as you arrive because it's very crowded and it's worth it. And there's also Star Tours Adventure, which is the same thing with the Star Wars theme, but it's a 3D simulator that's pretty cool too. They are doing very well with these Star Wars attractions, but it's getting a longer and longer line. So this one is also worth to use the fast pass or arrive very early in the park and go straight to it, okay? They are in the same area, so try to visit at least one of these or the 2 of them. There's the Buzz Lightyear toy that's almost identical to the one they have here in Orlando. You get in the car, shoot with a gun to make scores, then roll a disputing people who are together in the car. It's very ludic, fun, and for children it's very easy. So if you have been to Orlando, it's the same. If you want to jump, you jump, but if you see that there's a long line, sometimes you skip it, because the other ones, the ones that we mentioned here at the beginning, I think they are cooler. So it's worth your while to pay attention to these ones. And now in Fantasyland, which is an area there in the park, because the park is divided by areas, okay? That's cool. It's the area. It's next to Sleeping Beauty's castle. It has some attractions. There is Dumbo's carousel that Clarinha, the one in Orlando, loves. If you are with kids, it's a very nice area, okay? The attractions are a little weaker, more silly, but for kids, it's very nice. There's Dumbo's carousel, which is not a carousel. I said carousel? No, it's that spinning toy. I don't know the name. The spinning toy of Dumbo, which is very cool. It's cool. It's fun. There's also the Peter Pan toy, which has a long line. I also think it's well for kids, okay? Sometimes it's worth it for kids, but if you don't have a child with you, I recommend you to skip these attractions and focus on the other ones that are a little more radical. There's also Pinocchio's, which is focused on children too. It's a trolley that goes around telling the story of Pinocchio. It's a little bit different as well, but kids usually love it. There's not one here in Orlando, but there it's a different attraction that if you don't know, it's here, it's worth going. Or if you have kids, if you don't have children too, I recommend you to skip it because it's very quiet. So for adults, it's not really very sought after. And for those who are also with children, one of the attractions that they usually like the most, small children, okay? It's a Small World. It's a very famous toy here in Orlando, which is pretty weak too. It's good to rest, being very honest, for those who are parents there and are tired with heat. It has good air conditioning. You go there calmly, it takes a while, and a little music playing. That's nothing very special, but it's a good stop there to recover energies, and little kids usually like it a lot. Now going to Adventureland, which is a very cool area as well. There are two toys attractions that I think they are very cool and a must see. They usually have a little bit of a line, okay? The Indiana Jones one is very cool. It's a roller coaster that is not so Indiana Jones themed, but it's called Indiana Jones, so we like it because for Disney standards, it's a little bit radical. It's kind of fast. You will get a long line for a short time of fun, but it's worth it. You are there. We think it's worth it to get the Fast Pass because there is a very long line, and another toy that does not have such a long line, but that we also think it's cool for you to go there. It's the Pirates of the Caribbean, guys. It's very similar to the attractions they have here in Orlando, but better. They made an improved version of the toy. It has more scenery, it has more interaction that you don't have here, so we think it's also worthwhile. Guys, and real quick here, any doubt you have about traveling, whatever, send it to us and we'll help you. If you prefer, add me on @PyLorenzi on Instagram and send me a direct message with your question that I'll answer, and take the time to follow us. We're always traveling the world, trying to show travel tips in a very cool way, and the family routine with our little ones that are a blast. And now we are in Orlando. This studio here is already in our new home in Orlando, so we are showing you how to get to the Disney parks here in Orlando, the shopping, the food, education, safety, and all the difference between here and the American life. So follow along and you will like it. And then after Adventureland, going into Frontierland, there's the haunted house, just like here in Orlando. They did one there, but I thought the one there was cooler, okay? You will see that the house from the outside is beautiful. Take pictures, you will see that the landscape will be very beautiful. It's not scary. People who see a haunted house think they are going to have those mega scares. It's a little bit scary, but it's adapted for kids the Disney way. It's calm. There are children that sometimes get scared, but it's not their horrifying thing that everybody ruins it, you get the horror house despair. We didn't think there was a long line, okay? I think the line is about 30 minutes long, depending on 20 maybe. It's nice because the line is kind of thematic. It went by very quickly. And there is Thunder Mountain, which is a roller coaster that's not so strong, but it's nice. It goes fast and it's worth it. If you can book a fast pass, use it too, because there's a long line and it's very crowded. And these are the main ones that are more attractions, guys. Here we mentioned the most important, the coolest, but just for you to have an idea of how the park is. And now we'll talk about the Walt Disney Studios, which is the other Disney park in Paris, which has many cool attractions for you to know too and see if you enjoy this kind of thing. Guys, an important tip here about the tickets that everybody always asks. You can buy the ticket for one day in a park, for one park. You can buy the ticket for one day in one to visit both parks in the same day, or you can buy the ticket for two parks to visit one park each day. So you have these options and you can choose. And a personal tip, buy in advance. You will save a lot of money in time, and also buy them in your country. You can buy them there. There are a few good companies that are accredited with Disney that sell them for a very good price. We'll even leave here below in the description of the video a website that's where we always buy the Disney tickets, both in Paris and here in Orlando, California. And finally, it's a website that has the best prices guaranteed. It's one of the best tour operators. They are very good. You will make a purchase in your local currency. You will not pay taxes, IOF, international tax, credit card, all the costs that you would have in a direct purchase in euros. Making a direct purchase either on Disney website or some other website from abroad on the spot, which is the worst option at all. So you end up paying cheaper, you save on these fees, you can pay installments, you get help from someone who speaks your language, who is super well prepared. They already understand everything. So take a look. This website is very good. They always have the best prices, and they also have the transfer service, which does the trip if you want. They pick you up at your hotel from the center of Paris and take you to Disney and back. And this website also has the travel insurance for the lowest price. For those who don't know, the travel insurance is mandatory for Europe, so we always stress this a lot. You will have to take one anyway, so research. There is a personal price comparator which we always quote here for people. It compares the prices in all travel insurance companies and shows the lowest price. We always recommend it. It has been the place that has the best prices. We always use it a lot. I'll leave the link here below for you to use it, but compare it and then check the ticket site, because on this website we got a very good partnership with one of the biggest insurance companies in the world, and the travel insurance is getting cheaper than the comparator, which was already the cheapest place we always found. So the prices are very good. Take a look, compare them so that you can save a lot of money with this tip. Well, now talking about the Walt Disney Studios parks. For those who know Orlando, it's very similar to Hollywood Studios, and the first one we talk about now in Paris is very similar to Magic Kingdom, the style. So we will talk quickly here about the attractions as well. I'll start with one that's very cool because I think it's very much like Friends. They did it totally adapted for Friends and attractions just like the one we will open in Epcot. We are also very excited to see here how it will be in Orlando, but it's very cool, which is the Ratatouille attraction. For those who don't know the movie, The Famous Little Mouse, the movie set in Paris, so it matched very well with the park that's in Paris. It was a very good idea from Disney to try to make the Disney park a little more European, more French. So it's an attraction that is worth going, and it's one of the most popular. Okay, so the tip: arrive, try to visit right at the time of the entrance, try to be the first. If you arrive there already is a line, take the fast pass for it. If you arrive and there's not such a long line, you have 30 minutes, go there and take the fast pass for another one. There is Crush's Coaster, which is Nemo's coaster, which is very cool too. It's a roller coaster, not so radical, but it's cool, it's thematic, and they are very close to each other. So see which one has the shorter line. As you go, get the fast pass for the other one so you can enjoy both and enjoy them right at the beginning of the park so you don't get any lines. And still in this area of the park, there is a very different attraction which I had never seen in Disney Park, which is the I don't know how to pronounce it. It's RCU Racer. It's like it reminds a lot of the Viking ship movement. It's only a cart stuck on a track, so you keep going back and forth. It's really cool. It's really cool, guys. This one usually doesn't have a long line, so you can go very quickly. And there's also a Mickey show there called Mickey and the Magician, which is very cool. It's a sensational show with a Disney structure, so it's worth going there to relax. It's nice that this area has radical attractions and a little show, so you can stop, rest, you can enjoy yourself well. You will spend a little time in this area of the park, so you can rest, enjoy, and then go for the more radical. There's also a car show in the park that's pretty cool. It's called Moooos Action Stunt Show Spectacular. I don't know if it's exactly pronounced like that, guys, but it's the name of the attraction, which is also worth watching and a must-see attraction. This one also has a long line. It's worth trying to get a fast pass. Here in Orlando, we also really like a very cool attraction, which is the Tower of Terror. That is that elevator that goes down. You're inside a haunted tower, a haunted hotel. It's pretty cool. It's scary, but also not that scary. It's kind of radical. It mixes a little bit of both worlds, so it's a very iconic Disney attraction. It's very famous. Probably you've heard about it somewhere, but it's very famous and you must see. It's very nice, guys. And another attraction which is also a must-see, which has a line and you can use the fast pass, is the Aerosmith roller coaster. It's very similar to the one they have here in Orlando. It's one of the most radical attractions at Disney. If you want adrenaline, excitement, go there because it's a very cool attraction. The park doesn't have a night show, okay guys? So it's even a tip that we mentioned in the video with all Disney tips. If you're going to visit both parks in the same day, go there first, but very early, and enjoy these main attractions, and then go to Disneyland Paris, which has the night show at the end of the day with fireworks projections, so you end up being able to enjoy the best way possible. But there are more small attractions too, okay people? We talked about the main ones and the most popular, but there are always more things, so look around because there are a lot of cool things for you to visit. You can enjoy a day in each park, gassing full to visit all the attractions. Literally, you need at least a full day for each park. And here in the description of the video, people, down here I'll leave all the links, okay? The one that sells the tickets cheaper, the one for the transfer, the one for the travel chip. It's a very good international travel chip, so you can use your cell phone's internet easily out there. They delivered it at home for us. They are really good. There's also the travel insurance comparator, the one for car rental, airline tickets, and finally all the sites that we use it for our trips, because we know they are the cheapest places with the best services, and it will definitely help you organize your trip. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, please give us a like here and subscribe to the channel. That really helps us a lot. And don't forget to watch the other videos because they are really good. I'll leave here on the side with all the Disneyland Paris tips that it's worth watching, and below the playlist with all the videos from France and Paris for you to see as well. So guys, thank you very much for staying with us and have nice trips.